Good morning, my friends. Hello, everybody. It's Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration, and I am starting us off for the Take 5 Tea Party. How exciting is that? You guys, we're going to be going till 9 o'clock tonight. Please join the free group Take 5. And you get at the top of each hour, you can just scroll or, just refresh the page, and the next creator will be right with you. We will be sharing everybody into there, so that's pretty exciting. There's a few other groups that'll be sharing also, so you may see us at a lot of different places. If you aren't watching us in Take 5, we would absolutely love it if you would go over and join Take 5. It is a free group. Take 5 consists of me, Christy from Funky Junk Inspirations, Mary from The Painted Peach, and Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette. We have a collaboration group, which we do a lot of mentoring with. That is a paid subscription group, and we work with you one-on-one to help you grow your business. The collaborators, we go live weekly. We do YouTube. We do some dupes on Tuesdays. We do some thrifts on some of the Thursdays. We're live every Wednesday and Friday, and then multiple times through the week also. Once a month, we do a fun event like we're doing today, where we invite some of our friends, and we have a theme, and we do something exciting. Next month, we'll be doing a patriotic theme, so look forward to that, and welcoming everybody then. So, first disclaimer, I wanted to let you guys know this is a pre-recorded live. I am not live with you. I will probably be in the comments if I can. If not, please still comment, say hello so I can say hello back, answer any questions you have, or just chit chat with you in the comments. The reason that I did a pre-recorded live is because my step-granddaughter has a chair thing going on today, and it's her first one, and it happens to be at the exact same time that I was supposed to be live. So I thought, instead of not going live, I would just do a pre-recorded. We'll see how this goes. I did one yesterday with YouTube, so let's see how it works today. You guys, how exciting is this? It's all about a tea party. Now, most of you know that I do have an affiliate link for Decoupage Central. It is in my link tree. So my link tree is up in my description if you want to go check that out. If you click on my link when you go to Decoupage Central, it does help me out a little bit. It doesn't cost you anything. It just helps me show that I am sending people over there, and I get a little bit of a commission off of what you purchase. Tea party. What do you guys think of with tea party? Alice in Wonderland, right? Now, this isn't Alice in Wonderland, but this is a beautiful piece of rice paper from Decoupage Central that is inspired by Alice in Wonderland. Is that not adorable or what? Absolutely love this. Love it. So what did I do? I went in and I cut out a stack of teacups. Okay, so we have a nice little stack of teacups here. This measures approximately, well, it's about, I would say, it's about 13.5 inches tall. So it's kind of a tall stack. And then we have each individual one that we can put on here. And that's what we're going to put these cute little rice papers on. Do the Alice in Wonderland stack of teacups. Will that not be cute or what? I think it'll be cute. If we get done, because I plan on using this one, and this clock one on these teacups. If we get done with that, I'm going to jump over and we're going to put this bigger one on this little board that we could sit beside it or close to it for something kind of cool, I think. One of the other, she has a couple of these Alice inspired rice papers. This is another one. I love this one where it's in the tree and you've got the little mice and stuff there. I'll be doing something with that at a later time, just not today, I don't think. And I did pull this out. I don't know if we'll do the block of wood or if we'll put Alice on this little we might put her on this little cutting board. I haven't decided yet. We'll have to figure that out. Okay, so what I'm going to do to start out with is I'm going to stain all these pieces, and then we're going to put Crackle Medium on there, and then we're going to put white over the top of these top ones, okay, so that we get some crackle type of look. Now I was trying to decide if I wanted to do this or if I wanted to do the Vaseline. Well, guess what? I don't know where my Vaseline is here, but I do have some Blistex, so we may jump over and do it that way. I don't know. You know me. If you know me, you know I'm always changing my mind. So, okay. So what I need to do first is I didn't get out my, yes I did, it's right here. My very favorite glaze, which is the Valspar Antiquing Glaze. I absolutely love this stuff. I use it on a lot of things. It's not very expensive, and it lasts and lasts and lasts. Okay. Now, what I always tell all of my people is when you do something that you're going to glue something on top of, do we need to paint this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Are we going to? Yes, we are. We're going to go ahead and stain it. That way, if when I put this on here, let's say I glue that on there like that, okay? And let's pretend I did it and I got it, I'm over exaggerating, crooked like that, okay? It's not going to be quite as noticeable if this matches the front. That's why we're going to do that. Now, the front's going to be probably more white than the stain, but I think it'll still be okay because I don't think we're going to get off that much, but you never know, okay? So let's start with this here, and I'm going to do the back first. I'm going to make a noise. There we go. I'm going to do the back first so it can dry while I do the teacups. Then we'll flip it over and do the front. Because if I don't go ahead and do the back of my project, sometimes I don't get the back of the project done. So we are going to go ahead and do the back of our project too. Now I like to use these staining sponges. I put them in a baggie and I use them over and over and over and over again because they are not expensive. I buy them at Arbor Freight, but I use a lot of them and I just, you know, I just feel silly wasting them. Now, if you don't put them in a baggie, you can still use them. They do get a little hard sometimes when you leave them out, but they're still usable. They're still usable because usually if you get stain on it and get the stuff on it, it gets soft again. So it's a lot of times it's not a big deal. Okay, so we're just going to put that on here. Now I want you to notice, look how dark that is. That is coming in really dark. Now, I like how dark it's coming in, but I'm going to show you on the back of this how, if you don't like how dark I'm staining this, you know, because every wood's different, and this is just really grabbing a hold of the stain. Okay, let me show you how to calm that down a little bit. Now, I'm going to use a paper towel, or you know what, let's just use a wipe right here, and I'll just show you. Plain old water works too. Just water on a paper towel or a towel. But I can take this and go over where I just stained, and see that I can pull a lot of that back off. Why can I do that? I can do that because it's a water-based stain. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do it to the whole thing. So it takes some of it back off. So that's how that works. So if you are staining or doing something like that, or even painting, with it being water-based, you can lighten it up by just wiping it off. All right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right there. Okay, I'm going to sit that over to the side and let that dry for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and do these. Now, do I need to do the back of these? Definitely not. I do not need to do the back of them because you're really not going to even look at the thing from the back, so it's not going to matter. So we're just going to go ahead and get these stained up because when I do my crackle, what I want to show through is this dark wood. Okay, that's why I'm doing this first. And we'll put our Crackle Medium on, or our chapstick, or whatever we end up deciding that we want to do. Okay, now I'm going to announce quite a few times on here that this is a pre-recorded video. And I am not ignoring anybody. This is pre-recorded and being shared because I am at a cheerleading competition with my step-granddaughter. She is a kindergartner, so she's just a little thing. And this is her first cheerleading competition. And we wanted to go to it. It's about an hour and a half from our house. And it just so happens the time that she gets to cheer is when I was supposed to be live. So rather than disrupting the whole event by canceling, I decided that I could just do a pre-recorded video. And we will see how that goes. So I'm going to flip this over. Is that completely dry on the other side? Absolutely not. It is not completely dry. But it's not going to matter because it's the back and it's not going to hurt anything. But I could have taken my dryer and got it a little drier, but I didn't. So there's that. There's that. Okay. So what do you guys think? Should we try the crackle medium? And then if it doesn't work real well, I guess we could just sand or something like that, or go back over the top of the whole thing. Doesn't matter. Okay, so this guy can sit over here and just be pretty and dry itself off. Okay, so I'm just going to close the lid on this so that I don't end up knocking it over and making a mess. Okay, so I'm going to sit that there. I'm going to grab a wipe and wipe my hands off because I've got quite a bit of that stuff on there, and I'm going to wipe my table off right here. So I hope everybody is having a grand Saturday. Guys, around here, school's out Thursday the 24th. So we're getting ready to be out of school and be officially summertime. I'm not sure when all you guys' kids get out of school, but kind of looking forward to that, and kind of looking forward to chilling and relaxing. I've got my granddaughter plays softball, and if anybody plays softball and stuff, you know how busy you are this time of year. I really need to clean that off, but we'll get it later. I'm going to lay these right here, and we're going to get them good and dry. And then I think we'll try the crackle medium. I have Pentart crackle medium. I can't ever remember how you use it. What we're going to do is we are going to cover the whole thing and then put white paint on the top and hope for the best. All right, and then we're going to decoupage our rice paper on these and get these glued together. I think this is going to be really kind of cute. I don't know, you guys. Should we do the crackle or should we? I think we'll do the crackle. I wish I could ask you guys. I keep looking up like we're live, but I'm not. So, anyway. Yesterday was the Take 5 takeover over on YouTube. If you missed any of that, when we get done with our event today, you can jump over to YouTube and check us all out. We try to go live 2 times a month over on YouTube, if not more. I do know that I will be going live a lot more over on YouTube here in the near future, just because. So I'm going to try to build up that community, just like I've built up this community. I am within like 600 and some odd, 700 of the 10,000 mark over here on Facebook, which is kind of exciting. I feel like I'm kind of at a standstill though right now, so I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, right? The magic 10,000. Okay, so I'm thinking that I put this on. I put the paint and then I dry it. But I can't remember. We're going to find out, right? We'll do 1 cup at a time. That way, if we don't like it, we can redo it. It's not that deep to redo it. Okay, I'm just going to go this direction on here, this way. And I'm just going to kind of get it on. And I'm going to try not to go over it multiple times because I don't think you're supposed to. But I have a tendency to do it. I can't help myself. I just want to go back and forth. And I don't think you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to just go one way and go over it once, but you know. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to put the paint on after it dries or when it's still wet. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna sit this right here and I'm gonna take my dryer. I'm gonna dry it just a little bit, not completely. And then this is totally my fault that I don't remember. I didn't look it up before I went live and I just completely forgot what I forgot. Okay, so now I have this paint out because I was painting with it earlier, and we'll see if see how this is going to work. We will see how this is going to look. Now, remember, because we're doing the crackle and we're wanting it to look crazy, it doesn't matter if you get every single little spot, okay? Now, I am getting kind of along the edges, which I always tell you guys to be careful and not do that, but it's happening, okay? So now let's see if we dry this and see if the crackle shows up when we dry it. But I think this is going to be really kind of cute. It's got a lot of reds and blues and stuff in it. I thought about doing a couple blues and red accents with this, and this is crackling. It's a nice soft crackle. I probably should have added more paint to it. I probably could go back over the top of it with the crackle medium and do it again if I wanted to. I don't know. I think it looks okay this way. Just like that. I think it's going to be all right with our little thing on there. And I did bubble it right there because I was holding it in one spot for too long. Okay, so, oops. So can you see the crackle on there? Isn't that pretty? I think that's going to be pretty with those. We will probably, not probably, we're going to use our distressing ink to dingy it up just a little bit. So when we get to that part, now I'm just going to put this on here again. Now I'm just going in one direction. I don't know that if it matters or not, but okay. And get the whole thing covered up here. And let's go right around this handle. We want crackle on the handle too. Okay, sit that there. Dry it just a tissue. I think that turned out really kind of cute. You see all that in there? I think it's gonna be awesome. Not a lot, but just a little bit of crackle there. Okay, I'm gonna let that one be a little wetter than the other one. Just gonna grab my paint here. And I'm gonna try to put it on just a little bit thicker this time on this batch. And we'll see what it looks like. Okay. Now we'll just do the best we can to go around this handle without, making it weird looking. Oops, don't want to do that. Don't go over it again, because that's when you start getting some weirdness. Okay, I was trying to see if just letting it dry, if it crackled on its own. I think it would. But we're just going to kind of go over it. This is working great, you guys. Absolutely great. So I highly recommend this crackle medium. Easy peasy lemon squeezy to use. So Now they'll be a little bit different looking, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. Because you know me, we don't do anything exact around here. We do things the way we want to do them. But I do think we might add a little bit of color on these. Some red and some blue, just a little bit, not a whole lot. See the crackle on that one? Look at that one. That looks fantastic, doesn't it? I love it. I love it. Okay, so here we go again with this one. Not again, but here we go with this one. Just putting it on there and putting it on very, I'm putting quite a bit on there. I don't know that you need to put a bunch on there. I need to do some experiments on some scrap wood and check that out to see if, does it need to be thick? Can it be a thin layer? You know, what kind of effects are you going to get with the different amount that you put on each one? So that's something that we need to do. I'll probably do that over on my page sometime because that would be good information to have when it comes to that stuff. Now, I'm about out of white paint over here, so I'm just going to put a little more on the table. I like to use the Rust-Oleum chalked paint. I buy it in the quart. It's not really a quart. It's almost a quart size. And then I put it in these FIFO bottles. They have some basic colors, like they have white, they have a ballet pink, they have a charcoal, they have a light gray. I think they have like a real light sage also, but don't hold me to that. I think that you could get too. So you just have to check it out. I think you can get it on Amazon too. But it does save you some money buying the bigger quantity like that and putting it in the FIFO bottles. I think, I don't remember the price of one because it's been a second since I bought one. But it's a lot cheaper than buying the Waverly chalk paint and all the little bottles of paint to buy the bigger quantity and just put it in those little bottles. Okay, so there's that one. And we're just going to kind of swoosh along the handle here as best we can. Just like that. Okay, so now let's get this one dry. Then we'll lay these here. Oops, don't want to do that. And then I'm going to get my red and my blues out. And I think we're going to add a little bit of red and blue. We're going to dingy these up a little bit with some of our distress ink. And then we'll start getting our rice paper on there. So I think this is going to look so cool. Now, something that we could do also is we could just paint the handle black, you know, so it kind of looks more distinguished part of it, or whatever you want to say. It would stand out a little bit more if we wanted to. But okay, I'm just going to kind of go over these and get them a little drier. Now, see, when I put the thicker paint on, I got a lot thicker crackle. So remember that if you want to put a thicker paint on there. If you want more crackle, then put the paint on a little bit thicker. So it's going to take a little longer to dry that way, but you know. So, all right, hold on 2 seconds. Let me reach way over here and grab my red. This is another color that they have that you can get. I think they call it barn red. It's more of a red than a, you know, usually barn red is kind of a burgundy type of color. This is more of a red. I like this red. It's a good Christmas colored red. It's a good, I don't know why I put so much on my plate. And it's a good Valentine red. Now, I'm just going to use this chippy brush that I have right here. Okay, and I'm just going to barely put any red paint on here. Just on the very edges, okay? And I'm just going to kind of brush across here, mainly around the outside edges. you know, because our rice paper is going to be in the center there. Okay, and I kind of wanted to go across my handle too. So we're just going to hit it like that. I got a little much there. See what I mean? I just barely put some on there. Okay, I'm going to grab some more. Do the same thing with this one. I'm just barely touching that red. And I'm not going all the way across because I don't want it where the rice paper is going to be. Now, is it where the rice paper is going to be? Yes, of course it is. But I want it to be more towards the outside edges, around the outside. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the blue here in just a second. Okay, I think this looks kind of cool myself. Absolutely love these papers. These papers came from Decoupage Central. She does an amazing job coming up with all these cool papers and stuff like that. I absolutely love them. She's a sweet, sweet lady. And it's fun to see all her creations. Now, I will tell you, over on the Decoupage Central website, you can also, she also has a section called printables. And you can go over there and you can get stuff to just print out now, or you can just order the rice papers. With that being said, we also have a good friend here in our Take 5 that does printables. Miss Mary from the Painted Peach does wonderful, awesome printables. And so you might want to check her site out too. When she comes on, her link tree will be up to be able to see some of the printables and things that she has. Now, I'm going to show you one that she did. And it's part of our bonus that is in our, oh my gosh, VIP group box this month. We have a VIP group called 5-Star VIP, and it's us 3 from Take 5. And so you get 3 creators, not just one, but this is a printable that Miss Mary came up with. Is that not beautiful or what? Look at that. That is a bonus that's in your box for this month. If you are interested or want any information on the Take 5 VIP group, please let me know. We go live in there once a week. All of us take turns. 1 week will be me, 1 week will be Jeannie, 1 week will be Mary, and then we do a craft and chat to where we do our kits together. Now, if there's a fifth week in the month, a lot of times we'll come on, one of us or all of us, and do a little craft too. So it's really awesome, fun little VIP group, and you get to see all kinds of things because we all do things a little bit different. So it's a neat, fun, neat group to belong to. Now, you guys, I'm really digging how these teacups are looking. Look at that. It's just got the little bit of the red and the blue on there with the crackle. I really like how that's looking. Now, I'm going to grab our background right here. And I'm going to lay these on here because I have to make sure that I put the right papers on the right teacup. Because my plan is there is 2 Alice's here, and then there's a clock one, and I'm going to put the clock one in the center. Okay, and then I'm going to put her at the top and her at the bottom. Actually, I was even kind of thinking of putting on that one, putting this mouth and the clock. So we may end up doing that. So I'm going to set this over here to the side. Now, what I like to do with my rice papers is I like to use the water pen and tear them because I like that hairy look that you get. So I'm just going to start off with, I'm just going to go right along here, and we're going to get these separated, the tops and the bottoms there. Okay. Now we're going to use the clock, and we might use the little the little mousy mouse too. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut him off of here. Both of them like that. Right there. I'm not cutting, I'm tearing. Set this to the side over here. Now I'm just going to come right in here with my paper. Now, if you want a more controlled tear, get your pencil out and use the eraser to get a more controlled tear to where you can get more of a straight line if you're wanting to do a straight line, or if you need to get up close to something, or just like there where we were trying to go between two of them and I didn't want to, you know, have the little mousy foot on top of the clock. You know what I mean? So, see that? There's red paint there that I got on here. Water reactivates everything, you guys, so be careful with that. Okay, so we have this sweet little mouse if we decide to use him. And here is our clock. So since I've got this all out here, we'll just go ahead and do the middle one first. Now, I like to use, you could use Mod Podge. You could use your Liquitex matte medium. Use what you have. You could even use a glue stick if you wanted to, or some good old Elmer's glue, you know, school glue. Whatever you have, use that to put your stuff on. You don't need to make a big deal about not having, you know, not having anything fancy. I'm going to put the mouse on there. I know he's misproportioned to that, but I don't care. I think that looks really, really cute. Now I'll show you. This is what I like to use. It is called Decoupage Varnish and Glue. It does have a clear coat on, so when I put it on top, it will, you know, it'll be good for, you know, a top coat on there if you want to use it as a top coat. Okay, the other thing I like about rice paper, you guys, is I can take this and I can put my glue right on my rice paper. I don't have to put it down on my project. I can put it right on here and then pick it up and put it on my project, because rice paper is thicker than napkins or thicker than regular paper. And so you can pick it up, even if you have already stuck it on your project or glued it to a paper plate like I just did. You have time to pick that guy up and reposition him. Okay, so now I'm going to put him down there. I just got paint on mine. Just going to get another one because I'm not going to worry about it. Now see, I'm just going to kind of go over this and get the edges to make sure the edges are down and the pieces are flared out. Now where I went, because this is a little dark, you know, that I'm putting this on, and you can see that through there, and that's okay. Now I'm going to sand it off here at this edge here in a little bit. Okay, see that? Doesn't he look cute? It's cute, cute, cute. Okay, so let's do this clock right here. And then I'm not going to stick my brush in the red paint over there. I'm going to leave it on this plate. Ding dong. Ding dong, ding dong. So again, I'm going to repeat in case you're just hopping on here. Make sure you say hello. This is a pre-recorded video, so I'm not actually live. So please don't think I'm ignoring you or anything like that. I will go back and say hello. There is a very good possibility that I will be in the comments, and you can comment and I can answer questions and say hello to you right here in the comments. My granddaughter's first cheer competition is today, and we wanted to go up and watch her do that. Now look at that. Is that not adorable or what? So adorable. I'm going to lay that right there. We will sand that here in a little bit. Now, something I need to do is I need to figure out which one of these I want to put at the top, which one I want to put at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get each one of them tore out of here. Okay. So, love using the pen there, the water pen. Kind of helps me do my squiggly line the way that I want my squiggly line to be, and it distributes just enough water. Now you do need to be careful because I had one water pen that would all of a sudden just dump a whole bunch of it out, and it was kind of a mess. But your paper and stuff will dry. So now, if you printed off your own printable and you used an inkjet printer, if you get it wet, it may bleed a little bit, okay? Like your Mod Podge or your glue could cause it to bleed a little bit. One of the things that helps that just a little, and it's not foolproof, but it does help, is if you just take your iron and take a piece of parchment paper and put it on top after you get done printing it, and that'll help heat set that ink a little bit better. It's not foolproof, but it does help a little bit. Okay, so now let's look and see what each one of these look like on each one of these. I'm kind of thinking this one seems bigger to me. It's not really, but I think I'm going to put that one there and this one on here, kind of like that. I want you guys to see something. There's a rat right there. Look at his tail. See his tail? Oh, look at the detail on that tail. Is that not amazing or what? Sorry, I needed a little drink. Okay, again, we're going to put our glue on the back of our rice paper. Now, what I like to do with my projects when I decoupaged, actually all my projects, even if I just paint them, I like to take them and I will put a layer. I will spray paint, spray on it clear coat. I like to use a Rust-Oleum 2-time clear coat. I'll put that on there. Now, if my project's going to be touched a lot, or if it's going to go outside or be in the sunshine or anything like that, after I do 1 or 2 spray coats, I will go back in with some sort of clear coat to, I will brush it on, because you can brush a lot thicker. But I don't want to start with the brush because, like I said, you will have the issue of the bleeding of the ink and stuff. Now this these pieces of rice paper, I've never had one bleed as far as the print on there. So, you know, she's using a much fancier printer than I've got. So I've never had a problem with that. Now, I'm not going to say that if you spilt a whole bottle of water on it and let it sit that it wouldn't bleed, you know, because nothing is foolproof, but I don't think you're going to do that with your project. But if you wanted to do it just to prove me wrong, I'm just giving the disclaimer here that that could happen. I don't know. So anyway, so I'm just going to peel that up right there. And put this one. This is going to be so cute. I think this is going to be cute. I like Alice in Wonderland. I've always liked Alice in Wonderland. And I can remember my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, Isabel, she's getting ready to turn 17. I just can't believe that. But anyway, she went on a little kick. I don't know. She was in junior high probably. That she was just wanting Alice in Wonderland everything. She had little placards in her room that had, you know, all the little sayings and stuff on them and all that. And you guys, I didn't go over the top of these. I'm going to go ahead and go over the top of these so that they all look exactly the same. she went on a little kick that she was really liking that stuff. And I absolutely loved it, you know, because I grew up and I can remember watching Alice in Wonderland, or reading the book and different things like that. I can't remember, was there a show, a movie? I'm thinking there was a movie, it was a cartoon, Disney's cartoon. That's what it was. And then, you know, in her time frame, or maybe my kids' time. You guys, once you have grandkids, it all starts running together. You don't know if it's your grandkids or your kids or if it was you. It all just starts running together. It's crazy. Somebody in my family, the Johnny Depp one, you know, came out. It was cool. So I like Johnny Depp. I am a Johnny Depp fan, so some people don't care for him, but I grew up with 21 Jump Street, so of course I'm a Johnny Depp fan because I'm an 80s kid. I'm Generation X, so you know, we're the last generation that, you know, got left at home, blah 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 blah. I'm sure you guys have all seen those posts and stuff. Because I totally missed a whole section here on this guy. You can see it sticking up, so I'm just gonna get that pushed down there. Now, when you do your decoupaging with it went away. I don't know what I was gonna say. It must have been a lie. So my mom always says, if you forget what you were going to say, it's because you were getting ready to tell a lie, and it was God's way of going, nope, don't say that. And I just think it's a getting up there in age thing. Right. Okay, so let's get that a little bit dry, and so I can grab, I'm going to drop that on the floor, and then I'm going to say, why do I drop that on the floor all the time? And we're going to sand off these rough edges here. If you don't like the sound of this, mute your phone for a second, especially if you have headphones in. This noise drives you crazy. You know, it really bothers some people. All right, look at that. I love it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But beautiful, if I say so myself. But, you know, I'm not doing a whole lot. It's Decoupage Central's print. You know, she did all the hard work. That's why I like the printables when these guys do printables and stuff. Like Miss Mary, her printables. You know, it's like, you know, can I use one of your printables? Yeah, well, then all I got to do is find a surface, and then my project's beautiful, right? Okay. So we have these 3 teacups here. I'm going to find the lid to this and put that on there. Now, we need to take our Distress ink, or I could take wax, or I could dip my Valspar Antique glaze back out, whatever you want to do, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is, if you notice around where it's really white, and then we had the blue and stuff. So I just kind of want to dingy this up so that it's not quite so white, and it kind of all blends together. I'm not going over the whole thing, but I am hitting my rice paper to get the so whiteness away. Does that make sense? See what I mean? So I just grunged it up just a little bit. Not a lot. I don't want to do a lot. But just enough so that it all kind of blends together. That's my idea. Okay, I don't know if you guys can probably hear my laser running. I'm actually cutting stuff out for our next VIP box for next month. So you're getting something kind of cool from my laser. So I was trying to get it all out and get ahead of the game so that we have everything, especially with summer coming, and we want to, you know, be able to play in the play in the sun and the pool and all that kind of fun stuff. So I wanted to grab my Stick Fast. Now you use whatever kind of glue that you like to use. I like to use Stick Fast. Stick Fast is a CA glue. The cover's missing, but it's called Stick Fast. You can get it on Amazon, and you need to buy the medium or the thick. If you buy the thin, it is so thin it just runs everywhere. Kind of like when you're using regular CA glue is super glue. Okay. Also, by buying the thick, you have a minute. So if you need to move your project around a little bit until you really squeeze it together, it's, you can move it around, and if you mispositioned it or something. Okay. So we're going to start here at the bottom. Oh my gosh, I think this is adorable. Oh. Now, I did not get any ribbon out to make like a bow or anything for this, because I really just don't want to take away from the beautiful artwork. All right. But I might want to do some sort of ribbon for the hanger. But I didn't grab any, so I'm going to have to look. But I'm kind of thinking what I want to find is a dark blue gingham. Dark blue and white or off-white checked. That would be absolutely beautiful with this, I think, is what I think I want to use. So I'm just kind of lining that up. Like I said, we painted the back, so if we're off a little bit, it's going to be okay. All right, so here we go with number 2. This glue is almost gone. Hopefully we have enough to finish this. I have 4 or 5 more bottles over there. But of course we want to use it to the last drop, right? Use every single drop. So here we go. Now something we could do is we could have done some sort of line, really darkened it up right there where they one starts and one stops, but I don't think it's going to matter. So a good idea would be to clamp these together, each one of them, to make sure that they stick, or sit a jar of paint down or something like that on these, which I probably might do when we're done with the video. But right now. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to chit chat with you a little bit about what's going on today. Today is the Take 5 event, tea party. And I did an Alice in Wonderland on these teacups, because when I think of tea party, I either think of princesses or I think of Alice in Wonderland. And my printables came from Decoupage Central. If you get on my link tree, I would love it if you would use my link to order from Decoupage Central. I do get a little bit of a commission there to help bring you some more projects and all that kind of stuff, and it doesn't cost you a dime. But our Take 5 group is a free group here on Facebook. Would love it if you join that group. We have Wonderful Wednesdays that we all go live. We have a collaboration group that we go live on Wednesdays for Wonderful Wednesdays. We do Friday Friends. 2 times a month we go on YouTube on Fridays. Yesterday we were on YouTube. Once a month we do a thrifty flip on a Thursday. And then once a month on a Tuesday, we do dupes. And then once a month on a Saturday, we usually do some sort of event where we ask some of our other friends that are not part of our collaboration group and have them come and join us to do an event like this. Next month, our event is themed patriotic, so you're not going to want to miss that for our our 4th of July. So is that not cute or what? Absolutely love how cute that looks. That's going to be adorable. Thinking I might want to just put it like on a plate thing and just have it set. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so here's what we have. We have this little piece left here. Okay, I'm kind of thinking maybe I want to put it on this little cutting board. What do you guys think? Do you think that would be cute? Or we could just put it on a block. I'm going to put it on the cutting board. It doesn't quite fit on there. Now I'm going to do the cutting board a little bit different, hoping that we have time. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to go ahead and get this part done. I'm going to get the board painted white. Okay, and then we're going to mix up some salt wash and, well, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're going to do some salt wash around the edges, I think, and then add some reds and blues on it also. But we'll see how far we get along. And of course, as always, I could change my mind by the time I get there. So, because I like to change my mind. Now, I'm going to go ahead, be a big girl, and I'm going to throw that away because it's pretty much empty. Now we still have white paint right here. Because, I mean, that would really darken that up because this cutting board is super dark. Right there. And if you're interested in any of these little cutting boards like this, I have the files and stuff wrote to do all different sizes of them. So one of the things that I'm trying to get done is to get one cut of each size so I can take a picture and put them on my website. But if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I would love to have some of these little cutting boards, please just send me a message. I can put I could put this one on the website, and you could get some. So if you ever see something that you think that I would be able to make or whatever, when it comes to things on the laser and stuff, please just reach out to me, and we'll see what we can come up with. So here we go. How are we doing on time? We've got like 8 minutes left. You guys, who's up after me? Charmed by Sage. You guys, make sure you go check Charmed by Sage out. She will be shared into the Take 5 group right after me. Every hour, if you just refresh the page, the next crafter will be in there. We share everybody in there, and so that they're all in one place. Or you can check out the schedule, and you can go to everybody's individual page if you want to do it that way. It is totally your call. So, I was like, where did it go? So here we go again with just getting some glue on the back of this. Right here. And I'm going to put some salt wash and with some white paint, and we're just going to add some texture around her. And then we're going to take our blue and our red and very lightly, just like we did on the teacups, touch the tops of that salt wash. And I think that's going to be a really cool effect on this little cutting board. Now, if you don't like all the texture that salt wash gives you, don't do it this way. You know, just kind of do how we did the teacups if you wanted to. Or just leave it white, you know. That's pretty too. So you do you when it comes to crafting. We're just out here trying to give you some inspiration to do things. And if you ever do one of my crafts or something that I've done that's close, similar, or whatever, please share it with me so I can check it out, because I'm sure it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And most of the time, when people do the crafts that I do, A lot of times their crafts are a lot better than mine. So sometimes I get a little bit of FOMO, but it's like, oh, I should have done it that way. But, so, anyway, make sure you let us see that kind of stuff. I'm going to throw these brushes in the water before I end up with them everywhere. Okay, so see, we have this sweet little Alice on there. And I think once we get this all done and mucked up just like this one, I think these will be cute just kind of sitting together in the kitchen on kind of like a little, you know, little stands type things. Now, let me grab my salt wash real quick, you guys. Now, salt wash, if you don't know what salt wash is, it adds texture to your paint so that you can, it just adds a little bit of texture to your paint. This is what salt wash is. Okay, it's supposed to give a kind of a look, kind of like, you know, if it had been under a pier or something like that, and you get all the yucky, you know, the salt water and things like that on there. Now, is there a magic formula on how much you put in with your paint? Not really. It's how thick you want it or how thin you want it. Okay, I want this one just a little bit thicker than normal, so I'm kind of going with a brownie batter consistency. Okay, I just use this over and over again and just wipe it off. Okay, now I'm going to take a chippy brush. I'm just going to take a small one here, and I'm just going to grab some paint. Now, see how thick that is? See how thick that is? Okay, now I'm just going to add texture. Just going to kind of bounce this around. And what this is doing is this is kind of hiding the edges of my paper there. Okay, is there anything wrong with the edges showing? Absolutely not. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, when it dries a little bit, I'm going to take some of my red paint and my blue paint, and I'm just going to kind of touch the tops of it. And it just is going to add just a little bit different look than the crackle look, but it's still going to look kind of aged, and I think it'll be really kind of cool. Now, I could mix the different colors of the red and the blue and do the crackle like this with it too, if I wanted to, but I'm not. We're just going to dry this a little bit, and then we're going to touch it, like I said, with the paint on there. I'm just going to go up the handle. Now, I'll probably put some jute, or if I find some of that gingham ribbon, I'll probably put some of that on there just so that it all matches. Now, you can put this on as thick as you want. Now, look, I'm going to kind of pounce. I'm just touching it across my paper just so that it looks like it's supposed to all be on there. Okay? Can you guys see all that texture? The texture is amazing. You guys, we have like a minute. Let me see if I can get this dried, and I'll show you a little bit of what I mean with the little bit of touching the tops with the blue and the red. Now, you could leave it just white like this. Okay, you guys, make sure you join Take 5. It's a wonderful group. When you have any questions about anything that we have, if you have any questions on this video, please comment. Like I said, this is not a live video. This is pre-recorded, so I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm just not live. And I'm probably in the comments, and I can answer any questions you have, say hello to you or whatever. And if I'm not in the comments, I can get back with you with anything that you might have questions about if you have less than a minute. So make sure you go check out Take 5 and all that kind of stuff. I barely put any paint on there, just like we did before. And look, I'm just going to kind of go across. I'm not getting excited and putting a ton on. I'm just kind of going across. I'm going to go across my paper too. And I'm just going to kind of go both directions, and I'm going to show you what it's going to look like with the blue. Now, I just got a whole bunch of blue in one spot, but that's okay. We're not going to make a fuss. Okay, and then I'm going to do it with the red too. Okay, so go check out